So I think there are three areas where a global brand should consider. The first is research, and that might seem like an obvious place to start, but you'd be surprised how many global brands skip that step. Thinking that they already know their brand and what makes them distinctive, thinking that they already know their audiences and why audiences choose brands in their category, without realizing just how different China really is. The culture, the business dynamics, the marketplace, radically different than most home markets for global brands. So just taking that first step to really understand who we're going after, what they need, how are their behaviors different, how do they perceive global versus local brands in that particular category can go a long way. The second is adapting the story. Chinese people have different values. The way you talk about a brand in a Western market will probably be different than how you talk about that brand to Chinese audiences. It's still finding that balance between how you talk about your brand globally, preserving what's true to your brand, but also find those areas to be flexible. The third, I would say, is looking at the Chinese customer experience. Again, the market is very different. How consumers go out and buy products in a particular vertical will be very different than the way domestic audiences might be for a global brand. So that customer journey will look very different. The touch points might look very different. The content and the messages at those touch points will likely be very different. So taking the time to figure out what is our China brand experience.